So hello everyone. In previous video we have executed our shared preference code and we created an ID and password, and we have checked our shared preferences working properly. So in this video we are going to write some logic for executing the retrofit, and we are going to use the retrofit, and then after we are integrating the recycler view and we are fetching the some list from the mock JSON. Okay, so we have to move on this site. Okay, JSON placeholder type code.com/post. So once we hit this API, we are getting some post data here. Okay, you can see we are getting some data, so we have to pretty print here. So once everything is get printed, then we have to implement the all the things. Okay, so let's move this window here. Okay, so in this video we are going to integrate the retrofit thing, and we are going to use all the libraries on all the things in this scenario. So what we have to do, first thing, that we have to add some dependency here. Okay, to integrate the API using the retrofit, we have to follow the clean architecture approach by separating the concern into the different classes below step by step. Okay, so we are going to create some dependencies. Okay, so where we have to write the dependency code, which is build.gradle file. Okay, so here we have to write some dependency. So we have to visit on the retrofit site, and we are getting the dependencies and the recycler view dependency. So you can visit on the retrofit, you can search, just normal search on the retrofit, and you can just copy paste the code here, and you are getting all the library. So let's see. I have copy pasted some code, like yeah, you can see we have written the implementation which is in another language, so we have to convert it. We have to make a string, just close the brace. Okay, and it is the converter of basically retrofit library, and then after it is this one is a JSON to JSON converter library, and here we have to change this as well. Okay, so we have to click on sync now. So we have to close the left tab here. So as we see, like our retrofit component is integrated successfully. So then what we have to use this class for the for creating a data class, that we are getting responses here like user ID, and title and body. Okay, so we have to show this on the recycler view. So first of all, we have to hit this API, and then we have to use it. So let's minimize it and see what is going to happen. So we have to create a data class here. So what we have to do, we have to create a data class which is known as the post. So these classes represent the structure of the JSON that returned by the API. So like we have to name this class as post. Okay, and it is a data class. Then we have to select the data class, and in this we have to pass some variable like val user ID. Okay, which is int. Then we have to pass val ID, which is int. Then we have to pass val title, which is string. Okay, and then we have to pass a body. Okay, body here, which is also a type of string. So here we are getting some error, like we are missing the column. So we have to just fix it. And okay, so we have refactored the code as well, and we have created our data class. Like this type of data we are getting from the API. And then what we have to do, we have to create an instance of the retrofit. So how we can create an instance of the retrofit, and how we can set up it, like we are going to create a API service.kotlin name class. Okay, so we have to define an interface to specify the endpoint and their HTTP method. So what we have to do, we have to select the, and we have to create an interface named as the API service, and which is an interface. And then we have to add some method called as the at the get at the post. So we are going to use the at the rate get. Okay, then after we have to create a method which is fun get post, and then we have to call a method. So we are getting a list of the post class. So we have to use the call, then we have to use the list here, and then we have to use the post class that we have created. Okay, so this is the basic post class, and then here we have to pass the endpoint of the link post. Okay, so we have created this, and next we have to create the retrofit instance class for the Kotlin. We have to create an object for it, which is a singleton object that we can use in our whole project. So what we have to do, we have to just click on right click here and just go to the Kotlin classes and file, and we have to write the name, which is retrofit instance. So it is an object, so we have to click on object. Okay, so we have created this class, and we have to write some code here as well. So what is this here? We have to create a base URL first of all. Like what is the base URL? So the base URL is nothing but a private const val base underscore URL. Okay, so we have to pass the base URL here. So what was the base URL here? So we can see this is the proper base URL we have. Okay, so we have to just copy paste this, and just paste it here. Okay, so we have to move it from here. Okay, so we have written it, and we have to remove this endpoint, like because we are using it here, so we don't need here post. Then after we have to write the some code as well. So we have to create and the like a variable called as API. Okay, so then we have to instantiate it with the API service. API service by using the lazy keyword, by lazy. Okay. Thereafter we have to create the instance. So what we have to do? We have to create the retrofit builder dot builder. Okay, and we have to use this base URL as well. What is the base URL? Which is the base URL that we have created above. And then after we have to use the add converter factory, which is JSON to JSON. So JSON converter factory dot create, and then we have to build this. Okay, and then we have to create this API instance as well. So we have to create the instance of the API service class. Acha. So we have created the instance of this class as well, and then after we have to create some adapter, and also we need to create the item of this class, and then after we have to set up the main activity code. So that's all for this video. In next video we are going to set up the adapter class for the recycler view, and then after we have to create the card view, and after that we have to done all the setup we need in the main activity. So that's all for this video. So being with us, thank you.